You know, I don't know what all this talk of rain in California has been.
Yeah.
Do you see a cloud in the sky?
None.
Beautiful.
Zero.
We are at Benary Seed Company, German breeder, based here in Watsonville, California. During the 2023 California Spring Trials. And we're looking at a bunch of outside spring varieties. Bill, did you have something you wanted to say?
Well, I was just going to say they're a seed breeding company, but we've seen seed annuals, vegetative annuals, herbs, perennials.
Yeah.
They're really covering a full gamut.
That's a good point. You could easily say Benary seed and leave it at that. Benary is everything, including seed. And they're primula. They've already had 2 existing series of primula. They're on that side, crescendo and piano. Nice primula eladiors with the taller flower umbels. But now they've got 4 new series. I don't know if I've ever seen a breeding company introduce 4 primulas.
At the same
impressive.
time? Yeah,
It's
no.
impressive.
These are Cibels right here, from this purple one on back. And these are polyantha types with the flowers up on umbels. There's 7 colors in a mix in these Cibels. Then if we continue further along, we've got the Bonelli series. This is a big series. In fact, Osvaldo, if you just keep walking backwards, you're gonna go all the way to the end of this bench, and you will still be looking at Bonellis. I believe there's 19 colors of these, including this one right here. This is catching some eyes. This is called Bonelli Sailing, as in sailing a boat.
These are your bread and butter type, right? You're going to grow
exactly
a full
right.
range of them.
These
This
are-
is your bread and butter.
You might call them Primula acaulis. Some people call them Primula vulgaris. Both is correct. And then on the other side, we've got 2 other series. We've got Elodie, which is another acaulis or vulgaris type that's a little bit later to bloom.
And it's got more frilly blooms.
With primula, you want to hit different sales windows throughout the years. So you've got early, you've got the mid-season, a little bit later, and Elodie was definitely bred to be a couple weeks later.
And then a little bit further down, we've got the Fruellis, which are I think the latest.
Even later.
Fruello.
Fruello, even
Yeah.
later than all the other series.
And that's a 7-color series, if my counting is correct.
Again, it's impressive when a company introduces 4 new series in a category that's fairly mature.
Now, what do you plant with primulas in the spring?
Pansies.
Pansies. Inspire Plus is their main series. A couple of new ones in it. This is Inspire Plus Scarlet. And this one, although it's not looking quite surprising, this is Inspire Plus Fire Surprise, which should have lots and lots of yellow and dark sort of orange and burgundy flowers in it.
Inspires Benary's core pansy series
Or pansy
these
series,
days.
And they've got another 2 colors. This one's Marina Lavender. And then the one down there is the Blueberry
Lemon?
Yeah. He said it's a pretty stable pattern.
Those are beautiful. But those are just regular pansies. There's another pansy that they kind of built their whole trial around. In fact, that's why there's a zip line and an airplane at the trials. It's called High Flyer.
Yep. The High Flyers are a series of trailing pansies. And I said, are these mounding and spreading? And no, they are true trailing pansies. And we saw them in some large containers. I would not call them mounding at all. And there's 5 colors. There's a yellow with red wing, there's a yellow with purple wing, a very nice light violet shades, and then your standard white.
Now, it's only 5 colors. I'm sure the series will broaden out.
Oh, sure.
But it's a good start, and it's competing against those cool waves.
Yeah.
And free falls.
And free falls.
And one of the other attributes Mart was saying was that it doesn't split in the middle, so there's no nesting with these.
Like a bird nest in
Yes.
the middle. Yeah, so nice colors, big flowers, great performance. High Flyers, we'll see what happens with them. Now we're gonna go in to look at some herbs inside one of the greenhouses, and then we'll go look at annuals. They're bread and butter. But
Sounds good to me.
herbs are great with bread and butter, right?
Oh, that sounds good.
Garlic. Let's go see. Benary, through their Volmari partner, does a lot of herbs, vegetative herbs, and they've put together a concept, a program at Inspiration called Season Me Fusions. Fusions being mixed combinations of nothing but herbs, vegetative herbs. And what they've done, and we've seen this before, but it's a great idea, is give them names like Grillin' and Chillin'. And this one is Dressed and Blessed. Here's one called Oh Crepe, fun names. And they're recipes of herbs for various culinary uses, sauces or Italian cooking or barbecuing. It's not an official program where the varieties are packaged together in any particular way. It's just a concept where they're showing you how you can package herbs to be more interesting, more inspirational, and maybe make a few more dollars at your garden center. Wow. This is a pack trial. Look at the color and look at the packs. Are you seeing that, guys? Packs.
I love it. Rows of benches filled with plants.
All kinds of plants. Seed down the left side, vegetative down the right, and concepts right up here at the entrance. Bill, you've got one you want to tell us about.
Sure. Last year, Benary showed us a small example of this concept. This is Grab and Go. This is their collection of plants that were selected out of their catalog that work well as potted gift plants. So it's Benary to go. They're talking to retailers and growers, trying to inspire them to upgrade some of the packaging on these products.
That's a great concept, great reminder. Here's another great concept. It's called Mix It Up. These are mixes and combos, recipes.
Recipes, yes, both seed and vegetative.
That's what's interesting about it. Now that gives you all that variety of shape and texture and color.
Sun and shade, and I guess these have been trialed for 2 to 3 years, right?
So they do all grow well together, yep.
And they have a bunch of different designers that are helping them come up with some of these recipes. So they all kind of look different. Some are wispy, and some have cascading plants. Some are real bright and vivid.
Fun names like Spicy Curry and Urban Zen and Be Happy. Now the key to remember is these are just recipes.
Correct.
It's not a packaged program where you order up 100 of each cuttings or something like that. You can order them and they'll give you a planogram, but that's the way Mix It Up works.
Yeah.
Now, down the benches here, we've got new varieties, and I think I mentioned seed on the left, vegetative on the right. Bill, you go take that side. We'll talk about begonias. This is Begonia sempervirens, the basic fibrous begonia.
Semperflorens.
Semperflorens, thank you.
Yeah.
This is their Super Cool series, and this new one is called Lipstick. Super Cools are great for early season production, and they'll size up even when it's a little bit cool.
Yeah, lots of flowers, good for packs.
And this one is an improved red right there. Bill, you've got some hot weather product over there, Lantana.
Yep, vegetative. And this is from the Benary Plus program, which is a partnership with Volmari, the breeder of these vegetative annuals. What I'm showing you here is a new Lantana series of 3, Evita. There's Rose, Fire, and Magenta. These are a mid-size, not compact, nice mounding Lantana. Another new introduction from the Benary Plus vegetative line is this Dahlia, Lubega Power Rose Bicolor, which is going to be great for gallons.
How about petunias, Bill? Seed
Love 'em.
petunias. Success 360 Degrees is their main series, and they've got a new one right there is Deep Salmon. And another new one, this lovely Violet. I actually think those go together really well.
No.
Felicia is a plant that I'm really not that familiar with, but I really like them. They have these sort of small, wispy daisy flowers, and this is Felicia Melmac White and Felicia Melmac Blue. And I think that they said that these are large plants and they're coming from just one cutting. And down toward the end of the row is Star Pleasure Frost, a new euphorbia from Benary that is, a perfect mixed container component, and we all know how to use these euphorbias, but this is a very nice selection, bigger flowers, and as Osvaldo pans over, you'll see what they're improving from.
And can I also point out, Bill, that we're calling it euphorbia, but the new technical name of this plant is unpronounceable. So we're not ever going to use it, I don't believe.
It's euphorbia to me, Chris.
There you go. Thank you. Non-stop begonias. probably Benary's, I don't know if it's their #1 variety, but it's what they're best known for.
They've been breeding for 50 years.
50 years. But look at what they've come up with. That is, well, tell us what that one is,
This
Jazzy.
one is a nonstop joy, joy being their hanging basket types. And it's, you see this one in the pot, and then this is also nonstop joy. Peaches and Dreams is what it's called.
And the idea is all the colors that you get of the variety of plants.
So like cream, light pink, there's even some green in this one. Variety, or variation.
Yes, so that's nonstop joy, the hanging basket type, peaches and cream.
It's fun to see begonias at Benary, and I think we're going to move through the greenhouse and see some more.
Begonias, Jen.
Yes,
They've got a
they are
lot
known
of
for
them. 2 of their leading series are big series. In fact, one of them is called Big.
Yes.
Big grows 24 to 30 inches tall in containers or the landscape. They've got one new color that I'll show you in a second, but the real concept here is they'd love you to grow them from spring through
big for all seasons.
Summer and through fall.
So like the light colored ones for spring, maybe the brighter ones for summer, and then the darker leafed ones for the fall.
And this is the addition. This is big, deep pink green leaf. It's got deep pink flowers and green leaves.
Well, look at that.
Fascinating how that works.
Yeah.
And then across the aisle here, we've got whopper begonias.
The landscape begonia.
The landscape begonia, these grow even bigger, 32 to 40 inches tall on average. The seed is exclusive to ball seed, but plugs can be purchased by pretty much anybody. Yeah. And down here is last year's new introduction, whopper white green leaf. In this little room is their big...
Stonehenge.
This is their big begonia introduction of the season, Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a landscape begonia that they say, Bill, how tall does this thing grow to?
5 feet tall.
5 feet tall.
It is absolutely huge.
Yes, 4 feet at the minimum, I would say. There's 2 colors. You're looking at light pink bronze leaf.
And rose bronze leaf over here. And what you can see with this really dark foliage are those really nice green veins.
Tremendous contrast, great texture.
You don't want to grow to anything smaller than a gallon. That was the advice we got, and I think that's probably
And
good
you don't want to
advice.
put it with other plants in a combo. It plays nicely by itself.
Exactly. And there's some more colors coming, green leaf types.
Yeah, watch for them.
So watch for those. Anyway, that is all the new begonias, pansies, primula, petunias, all kinds of things we saw here at Benary at the 2023 California Spring Trials.
Oh my God, Bill, what happened? Chris, we gotta save him.
Well, yeah, we'll call for help. But first, look at these beautiful new begonias. Stonehenge begonias by Benary are their biggest begonia. They grow to
5 feet. 5 feet
well, maybe
tall.
he's gonna be okay. So that's Stonehenge begonias.
I think something's wrong with Bill.
Well, I think it's just too late, Jen.
Oh.
So let's get up here and finish the scene.
All right, I'll take his hat.
There'll be more room in the car. Anyway, on behalf of our late colleague, Bill Calkins,
Here.
I'm Chris Bates from Growertalks magazine.
I'm Jen Zerko with Growertalks magazine, and that was Bill of Tech on Demand.
Yes, and we're covering the 2023 California Spring Trials from Benary.
And Bill would have wanted us to do that.
I think you want us
You
to
know what
carry
else he would have wanted us to do? Go to a really fancy dinner.
I think so.
He would have wanted us to do that.